In this video, we are looking to express standard form numbers as ordinary numbers. We are working backwards from our previous video. Please look back to remind yourself if you're at all unsure. We start by recognising that the number at the start of our standard form value will be at the start of our ordinary number. The power tells us how many values come after that first number. In this case, we have a power of 4, which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces after our 8. We do not have any other non-zero numbers, which means zeros fill all of the spaces. Therefore, 8 times 10 to the 4 is the same as 80,000. Press pause while you try the your turn question. We have a 7 at the start of our standard form number, which means we will have a 7 at the start of our ordinary number. We have a power of 3, which means we have 1, 2, 3 spaces after the 7. We do not have any other non-zero numbers, therefore those spaces are filled with zeros. 1, 2, 3. So 7 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3 is the same as 7,000. Let's look at another example. In this case here, we have 7.4 times 10 to the power of 2. We have a 7 at the start of our standard form value, which means we'll have a 7 at the start of our ordinary number. We have a power of 2, which means we have 2 spaces after our first number. We have another non-zero number here of 4, which means 4 takes up one of those spaces. The remaining space is filled with a 0. That means that 7.4 times 10 to the power of 2 is the same as 740. Press pause while you try the your turn question. Our standard form number starts with an 8. Our ordinary number will also start with an 8. We have a power of 4, which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces after our 8. We have 1 as the number we haven't yet included, which means 1 takes up one of those spaces. The remaining spaces are filled with zeros. 1, 2, 3. This means that 8.1 times 10 to the 4 is the same as 81,000. We have one more example. My turn. 3.26 times 10 to the power of 5. Our standard form number starts with a 3, which means our ordinary number will start with a 3. We have a power of 5, which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces after the 3. The 2 and the 6 take up 2 of those spaces, with the remainder filled with zeros. That means that 3.26 multiplied by 10 to the 5 is the same as 326,000. Press pause while you try the your turn question. Our standard form number starts with a 1, so our ordinary number will start with a 1. We have a power of 2, meaning we have 2 spaces after the 1. We have a 4 and a 6 which we need to use, and they take up both of those spaces. That means that 1.46 times 10 to the 2 is the same as 146.